Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. A member of the Philippine delegation to Tokyo Olympics has tested positive for COVID-19. This is according to the Philippine Olympic Committee. POC President Bambol Tolentino said the patient was not in touch with any other member of the delegation before testing positive for COVID-19. The infected member who tested positive in Manila will not be able to join the Philippine contingent in the Summer Games. Development came on the heels of news from the Olympics organizers that a COVID-19 case within the Olympic Village in Tokyo was detected. Stranded South Sudanese track and field Olympians have found an unexpected haven in Japan as they look to win the country's first ever Olympics medal at Tokyo 2020. Let's watch this Bloomberg video.
Meet the track and field team of South Sudan. 3 Olympians, 1 Paralympian, and their coach. More than 7,000 miles away from home, they've been living in Maebashi, a city 2 hours north of Tokyo. A typical day for the group consists of Japanese and computer lessons in the morning, followed by lunch at a cafeteria in the basement of City Hall. Today's menu, fried chicken with pasta, boiled vegetables, and steamed rice. Almost every meal comes with a hot bowl of miso soup, which has become a staple for the group. Then it's off to practice.
Since November 2019, this is where the athletes have trained for the Tokyo Olympics, rain or shine.
Training camp was initially expected to last about half a year, but their stay was extended after the Olympics were delayed by the global pandemic. They've quickly embraced the local environment and its people. The group has mingled with locals at dancing parties, given speeches at schools and universities, and worked with the local police department to raise terrorism awareness.
We shall be able to learn a lot of things, both bad and good. Then what we feel is good, we take it and also teach our people at home. And then what we think is bad, and we also learn, we leave it at the Olympic Village gate when we are leaving.
And the residents have supported them in return. Through a crowdfunding campaign, taxpayers from across Japan raised $250,000 in donations to fund the extended stay. There's evidence of other fundraisers on the streets, too.
You can find a dozen or so of these vending machines all over the city. It's part of the local government's efforts to raise money for the South Sudanese team. And proceeds from every can and bottle go towards their training camp costs.
市民の方にスポーツを通じた平和の促進、平和について改めて考えてもらえるような活動の一環として選手たちに各イベントに参加させていただいてます。
Abraham lost his stepbrother in the Civil War, but still considers himself lucky.
In my family, he was the only one killed, and I felt pity more for those families where the whole family is ruined or 5 members being killed, you know.
His late stepbrother is among the estimated 400,000 casualties from the war, one of the bloodiest conflicts in modern African history. Backed by the U.S. government, South Sudan won independence from Sudan in 2011. But an internal conflict quickly sent the new nation into a bitter struggle that wiped out almost 5% of its population through ethnic cleansing and widespread famine. Their hope now? To win the country's first ever Olympic medal and spread the message of peace back at home.
The city of Taguig has made COVID-19 vaccination more accessible and convenient for those with disabilities in time for observance of PWD week. Ryan Ang with the rest of the story.
The city government of Taguig has allotted a place and time specifically for persons with disability to receive their COVID-19 vaccines. More than 300 PWDs were inoculated at Mercado del Lago Hall in Taguig City on Saturday. The LGU was also reserved service vehicles to fetch and bring them back to their respective barangays after the vaccination. They were also given health kits, which contains vitamins, medicines, alcohol, and face masks.
So most of them, hirap pumila, mahirap umalis sa bahay. So, nag-allot kami na special place, tsaka special time para sunduin namin sila sa mga bahay nila Hatid natin dito, tapos para hindi na sila mahirapang pumila, per barangay may oras po silang allotted. Sinadya po namin na malaki po yung time na inalat namin per barangay sa maliit na number of persons para as much as possible maging convenient para sa kanila yung pagpabakuna.
Although Taguig already has a list of PWDs in their city, those who may not be included may still walk in.
Kasi nag-announce po kami sa social media account namin na paminsan po merong pumupunta na PWDs na wala sa listahan. As much as possible, ina-accommodate din po namin sila.
Vanji Laganlan, a mother of a PWD who has a hearing impairment, said they both stayed at home for more than a year due to COVID-19 fear. But because of the LGU's initiative, her son has finally received his vaccine. She said they felt safe because they did not have to fall in line and the area was well ventilated.
As a ma'am po, malaking tulong po kasi hindi po kami lumalabas. Ngayon lang po. Saka laking opportunity po na mayroong ganitong project.
Bakit kung gano'n kabilis? Mabilis ba? Hindi gano'n kasi...
Mabilis lang po eh. Kasi kahapon tumawag sila and then kinamagahan ito na po.
Other PWDs are also thanking the Taguig LGU.
Mabilis lang po. Parang pumikit ka lang saglit tapos na.
Pero yung pila po, wala namang pila.
Wala naman po. Tuloy-tuloy naman po.
The local government said they also have existing special lanes for PWDs in other vaccination sites across the city. For News 5, Ryan Ang, we are One News.
The health department maintains that Sinovac COVID-19 vaccines still offer great protection against variants. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere allayed public concerns regarding Sinovac's efficacy. Vergere stressed that the Chinese-made jabs were able to prove its efficacy against severe infection, hospitalization, and deaths. This came after Malaysia's health ministry announced that the country will stop administering the Sinovac jab once their supplies run out.
Kailangan pong maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan na lumabas na po ang mga real-world effectiveness ng bakuna at pinakita naman na ito pong mga bakunang ginagamit natin dito sa ating bansa, the most commonly used, ay talagang nagpakita ng effectiveness against severe infections and hospitalization and deaths. Tayo po ay naninindigan na ito pong bakunang ginagamit natin ngayon ay makakaprotekta sa atin, especially na ngayon na may variants, kailangan lang ho natin lahat magpabakuna with 2 doses.
CCTV footage shows exactly what happened on July 14 when a lawyer of the poor and her husband were gunned down just outside their home in Davao City. Gemma Vansenia with the story.
In this CCTV footage, lawyer Hilda Mahinay sa PE could be seen going outside their house, looking at their neighbor's newly painted car. After a few seconds, the lawyer fell on her knees. She was shot at her back. The people around her panicked and immediately asked for help. Her husband, Muhaymen Muhammad, approached, trying to comfort his dying wife. While hugging the victim, another shot fired and the husband collapsed to the ground too. The video was captured outside the Sapie family's residence in a high-end subdivision in Davao City last Wednesday. The victim's daughter, alias Ganggang, said it's hard to lose both her parents. She shared that although they never talked about receiving death threats, they always remind the family to be cautious all the time.
Nahirapan kami kasi hindi namin matanggap na gano'n ang nangyari sa kanila, na wala silang kalaban-laban, na pinatay po.
The first victim and family matriarch Hilda is known to be an abogado sa Kabus, or a lawyer of the poor. She also took part in a daily radio program called Justice Redeemers, where they addresses issues concerning land disputes and other similar cases. Most of her clients are farmers, thus many of them are very disheartened on what happened.
Sakit para sa mga tanan.
Masakit para sa aming lahat. Parang iniwan kami mga CARP beneficiaries na naghahanap ng hustisya at katotohanan.
Subo, kayo pala.
Napakasakit para sa aming mga beneficiary ng farm ko kasi imbes na makukuha na sana namin yung tagumpay kasama ang abogado namin. Parang biglang namatay rin. Pero di kami pinanghihinaan kasi sinabi niya sa amin na dapat maging matapang.
Initial investigation revealed that the couple survived an ambush last year in Bukidnon. The husband was also found to have been facing a case for identifying himself as a congressman and a media man to evade traffic violations. Police Colonel Kirby John Kraft said they already have leads in the case.
Lumalabas si lawyering for sa mga tenants, squatters, sa mga may land disputes. So another is yung accordingly yung tinake over nila yung board of directors doon sa homeowners associations.
The police is also investigating how a hitman was able to enter the gated subdivision.
Base doon sa nakita na mahigpit yung security nila doon. So bago ka makapasok, kailangan surrender mo yung ID mo kung hindi ka taga-loob ng subdivision. At paglabas mo naman, so surrender mo yung ID nila, ibabalik nila yung ID mo. Ang naging lapses lang doon, walang documentation. Kasi yung mga pumapasok, hindi pala nila naisulat kung sino at anong sasakyan. Basta surrender lang ID, walang nangyaring documentation. So wala tayong record.
The Sapie family hopes justice will be served for their parents' deaths. For News 5, Jem Avancenia, we are One News.
Here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. FIVOX reports that a total of 99 volcanic earthquakes were recorded in Taal since Friday. Volcanologists said 90 were volcanic tremor events that lasted up to 11 minutes, while 9 were low-frequency quakes. The Taal volcano remains at alert level 3, and this means that magma continues to extrude from the main crater and could drive the explosive eruption. The anti-graft court Sandigan Bayan has once again junked a civil case on the alleged ill-gotten properties of the Marcoses. In its decision promulgated on June 30 but released only on Friday, the Sandigan Bayan said the government presented insufficient evidence for the case. And the case was filed in July 1987 by the Philippine Commission on Good Government against the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos, his widow Imelda, and businessman and alleged dummies Ricardo Silverio and Pablo Carlos. The case involved real estate properties, condominium units, gasoline stations, and convenience stores located in California in the U.S. And Miss Universe 2017 Rachel Peters and Camarines Sur Governor Migs Villafuerte tied the knot. The civil wedding earlier today was officiated by Supreme Court Chief Justice Alexander Hismundo and Associate Justice Samuel Garland. Only a few close friends and family attended the ceremony, and in a Facebook post, the Camarines Sur Governor said he can't wait to marry Rachel again next year. The couple has been together for 7 years. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star and Business World online. Do visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.